afternoon. Welcome back to Northern Ontario. My name's Dave, and this is Macaro Siding, my N-scale layout. Today we're going to work on a low relief building to help finish out the wall of buildings behind the staging yard on the layout on the very far side. And as usual, I went off and found a building that I thought was interesting. I've modified it a bit, but for the most part it's what it looks like. And so I'm just going to show you here. Here's a picture of what this building looks like. It will be a fabrication shop, and it will have welding in it. Oops. There we go. I purchased from Evans Design their little welding lighting simulator, welding simulator. Anyway, it's an LED light that simulates a welding flash, and that's going to be it's going to show through the windows and through a garage door that I put on the back of here, because I thought, geez, they got to get stuff inside, and so I did that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and show you what we've already done here. So this is the front of the building with the texture glued to it. Go back to 6 and let's zoom in. Oh, that is zoomed in. Okay, so you can see it. And I'm just going to adjust the focus. There we go. So this is the building with the textured sign attached to basswood. Again, this was cut out on my laser cutter, and you can see that I've braced the back of this. This is a side wall, and it's got bracing. This is another side wall, and it's got bracing. And then there's the roof structure, and it's got bracing. So for today, what we're going to do is we're going to assemble it, and then I'm going to go off and paint parts of it, and then when I come back, we'll do the finishing touches to it. So here we go. The first thing is to attach. I'm going to attach the building walls, and they are marked left and right. And so I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this right, because I get mixed up. So there's left, and here's right. So I'm going to take some thick cement, and you can see it here. I'm just going to put a bead on here, stop, and then I'm going to attach this. I think we'll go to hammer 7. There we go. There you can see what I'm doing. So there I'm attaching that piece. Good and solid. And a little bit of glue there. And I'm going to break this up. Sure, doing this right. There we go. Whoops, sliding around. I mean, it didn't stick. Come on, stick. Here's the only thing. So yesterday, what I did was glue the texture onto the walls. And then I'm going to go off and spray. Oh, it's still not sticking. Hold on, I'm going to put a little bit more here. Let's see why we're not getting it. One side stuck perfectly. There we go. Oops, gotta get it lined up properly here at the bottom. think we'll just we'll speed this up here. A little bit of accelerator. So now we've got the structure together. Now there's a couple of things I've got to do here. First off is, of course, I had to change the width of the texture on this side to make sure that it wrapped around and came right to. Ooh, what the hell happened there? I didn't get that all the way over. That's not a good thing. Okay, we're going to do that again. Clean this up. Sorry, guys. When I check that now, not later. All right. Here we go. One more time. Now this time we'll make sure we get it good and tight. There we go. That makes a huge difference. And we'll give it a bit of a spritz. That's good and solid. Now, I do notice that I'm going to have to trim the texture here, because it's sitting a little proud, and I don't want to take it to the sander, because I'll probably wreck things if I do with it. Try and fix this with a sander. So I'm just going to take my scalpel here and there, we trimmed off that little piece. So there's the front of the building. I'll give you a sense of what it looks like, sort of finished. This is a window that goes through here, and if I remember right, it fits in from the back because the texture is just a little bit different. I cut the texture on the laser cutter, and if you're asking me where I got the texture from, I have no idea. I saw it. It is actually three-dimensional. So there's the front part of the building. Then this sits over top of the building. So it looks like that. So it's a pretty good match to the photograph. And I'm just noticing a couple of things I got to fix here. Okay, so go there, and I'm going to make a mark here. Pencil, 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 pencil. I did this without thinking. There, and there. So, now I have somewhere, where did I put that? Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with the bags actually. Or can I? No, I can't. All right. I'm just looking for my saw. Bingo. Keep everything in these plastic trays. It makes it a lot easier to find things later, as long as you remember where you put the plastic tray. So what happened here is I cut the bracing too long, so I'm just going to take my little razor saw here and Now the bracing I'm using is bamboo, and so it is harder than it can be. Okay, so now that's there. So now I should be able to. There we go. And now the other side, same deal. And now I notice that this isn't where it is supposed to be, so let's see if I can lift the whole thing. I use Eileen's tacky glue, so I think I can. Yes, I can. So I'm going to clean this up. Actually, I'm just going to cut another piece. So the bamboo rods come I think that's 18 inches long, and I just bought a whole bunch from Amazon. And to cut it, I use this cutter. So I'm gonna, I know where the saw mark is there now. So I can do this and put it in there. And then you just squeeze down and snap, there she goes. It's a wonderful tool, wonderful tool. I do have a jig, and I want to, in the interest of saving time here, I'm just going to put super glue down and on Eileen's, which means that once this thing is in place, it better be in the right place, because I will not be getting it up. All right, now let's see if it goes together any better. Okay, there we go. So, this is the building as it stands. Now, I have, for the roof, I've got 2 pieces of wood cut. And I've purchased, a texture of corrugated iron that I'm going to put on the glue to these roof sections to make to go with the model. And then the edge of the roof, once it's in place, is going to be trimmed with a piece of evergreen right angle beam. Sorry, I don't know the number for this one, but it's one I use continuously to go around the top of different welding structures. I have a garage door to go in place here, and it's going to be partially open so we can see the welding flash through that door. And careful. I think we're okay here. I think we're okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop recording for a bit. I'm going to go off and paint these and let them dry. And once they're dry, we're going to put it together and see what it looks like. So I'll be back in a second for you, and for me, maybe 20 minutes to an hour. All right, we'll see you then. And so we're back. I've got most of the painting done, and there'll be touch-ups and weathering, of course, but I think it's time to put this together so you can see what it looks like. There are some things that I'm not going to glue in right away because I'm going to spray the whole thing down with dull coat once it's together, and I don't want to get dull coat on the windows and the doors because they're going to have glazing, and if I put the glazing in, the dull coat's going to just affect it. So here we go. So I have the front of the building, and I'll go to 7. There we go. There you go, and you can see what I'm doing. All right, so front of the building, and a concrete pad for the, and I've left it so I can see a little bit of the wood grain. That'll give it a little bit of texture. So the first thing to do here is to get some super glue, and we're going to put a little bit of super glue on the base. And then we're going to line this up very carefully. Get it square to the piece of wood. There we go. And we're going to spritz that. Alright. Just going to get my dryer out here, put it on low, and dry up the accelerator. It's going to be the same. Alright, so that's nice and firmly stuck. And then we have the roof section. And we're going to put some glue. Put it down. I keep losing things. Here we're going to a little bit of glue across here, and then I'm going to line it up, and I can line it up from behind. Squeeze that. See, that's going to be some weathering there. So now we have the structure built like that. Now we have the roof. And you can see that it goes together quite easily. Some glue and left side of the roof. I'm going to help this a little bit along this edge. There we go. Here. Take this, put it in place. There we go, glue it down. Now we've got the garage door to go in, and I'm just going to put a couple of dots of CA on that. Oops, roof section fell off. There's the garage door in place. Just a single tack here, that should do. What's the matter here? Oh, I see. Okay. Hold that. Okay. Now we're just left with a couple of pieces here. So, a concrete pad out front of the garage door. Continue the pad on the inside for a little ways. So I'm going to do this. And then a small pad at the door. Oops, come on, stick. Stick, you silly thing. There we go. Now I'm just going to put this in temporarily so you can see roughly what it's going to look like finished. Here's the door. Here's the window. And the big upper window, I'm going to slide in from the back because that's how it fits in. And there you go. We'll zoom in a bit here so you can see it a little bit better. So the only things left to do is to take the right angle and put it on the roof after the paper texture is glued on. There and there. Glazing on the windows. And I'm just going to show you what I got from Evans here so you can see. So this is the unit from Evans. 3 lights. And I'll just turn it on here and so you can see how it looks lit up. So you can see how it's flickering there. Well, that's going to sit behind the door here so you can see it flickering inside the building. And there's going to be another one up top here. On yeah, right there, so you could see that as well. So I bought 2 of them. The battery pack didn't come with it. The battery pack is something separate. So I'm going to let this dry a little bit more because it's not completely dry. I've got to do a little bit of weathering on it. I just want to check something here to make sure that this is going to do the trick. Yeah, this is going to do the trick. I'm going to fix that later. Alright, so I want to thank you for watching today. Like, comment, and subscribe. And ring that little bell so you get a notification of when the next video goes up. As I usually say during my videos, I work on parts of it on Wednesday, and then shoot the majority of it on Thursdays. So, as always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and remember that it's your railroad and you can build it any way you want.